Alright, what's up guys? Come on here with another Houston Texans video. So on Sunday, on my 21st birthday, the Houston Texans defeated the Cleveland Browns 24-7. I honestly don't even remember the score. I think it was 24-7. I'll check that. I'm pretty sure it was 24-7 though. 23-7, pretty close. So it was first day. First game of the Ryan Mallett era, and I think honestly he played really good. Didn't really miss too many passes down the field. Didn't really show the inaccuracy that people were saying about him throughout his beginning of his career in the NFL. He did throw one interception, but it was a jump ball in the end zone and took a chance. We were up 7-0 at the time, and I think it was DeAndre Hopkins went on a post from the right side to the left. He had Hopkins. Hopkins really didn't jump, and then the safety at the top was underneath him, and he kind of like tipped the ball, and then Joe Hayden made a wicked nice interception in the end zone. He kind of balled with it, but then he controlled it. So I wasn't really too upset about that interception. He took a chance. Maybe if DeAndre Hopkins jumped, he could have caught it. I think if he caught it, he would have jumped because it was in his hands. He didn't even jump, so I think if he jumped, he could have secured it by his body or just not give up an interception. But they really didn't change the game a whole lot. If he caught it, 14-0. If not, 7-0. I think we stopped them anyway, so it didn't really matter. Besides that, we had a few drop balls. He actually throws a really tight spot on a good ball, so a couple of guys did drop some easy catches. Demarius Johnson, in particular, dropped 2 or 3, I'm pretty sure. Andre Johnson dropped a couple. It's obviously they have the best chemistry so far. It's only his first week with the first team and stuff like that. So I think throughout the season they'll start gaining more chemistry and stuff like that, and hopefully we can keep this team on a roll and winning wise. I think everyone had, at least what I saw, everyone had us losing Cleveland. I thought this was a game that we could easily win. Our defense is pretty good, and if we had an offense that could be somewhat consistent, put points on the board, that our defense wouldn't have to worry about stop them every time. I think this team can really be a force to be reckoned with. Ben Tate, Aaron Foster didn't play this week, and I think that's another reason why people kind of down us a little bit. Like, Aaron Foster, Cleveland's going to come after Mallett. He's going to make a lot of mistakes. But without Aaron Foster, it wasn't an issue at all. This is probably the best game that the offensive line looked running the ball, at least. We dominated their defensive line and got to the second level, which is always important, running the ball. And Alfred Blue just looked really, really good. He ran, I think he had like 30-something carries for over 150 yards. I don't think he didn't have a touchdown, but he had a couple good runs when he really needed them. And for a guy like Mallett, whose first game needs to take the pressure off him, Alfred Blue did a really good job doing that. Also, Jonathan Grimes had a few carries as well. Nothing too major, but he had a couple good first downs too. So it was good that the running game finally showed up in a game that we really needed him. I don't know how long Foster's going to be out, but even when he's back, I doubt that after what Blue did last game, I doubt they'll give him a big workload like they did in the beginning of the season, possibly get him hurt again. Receivers look pretty well. I feel like the offense was totally different this week. A lot of new plays, new formations. I think they realize now that we have a quarterback that can actually throw the ball more than 10 yards on the field, that we can use plays to spread the field out and make bigger throws. Mallett had at least 10 throws that were over 15 yards, and that's probably more than Fitzpatrick all season. It's why he's better. He can actually expand the field and stuff like that, make plays when you need to. He ran the offense really well, a lot of hurry up and no huddle and audibles, and he looked very comfortable back there. He looked good. So this offense actually looked really good this week. Blocking really wasn't a worry. I don't think Mallett got sacked once. He didn't really have that much pressure on him either. Defensively, we did the first half. We looked great. The first touchdown we gave up, it was after the second block running into the kicker by J.J. Watt, but it's what it is. They kind of, after that punt running the kicker, they had a bunch of momentum. That drive, the momentum they had from that drive was ridiculous. Scored, and then they had one more drive that I can remember, and Cushing popped the ball out, and we got the ball back, fumble. Besides that, we looked really good. I liked how they only used Swearinger in specific packages, such as Clowney. I think Clowney could play a little bit more, but Swearinger has obviously showed throughout the season he can't really cover that well. So pretty much on rundowns, or if he was in, he was pretty much blitzing because he can't really cover anyone. I remember the touchdown that they had, he blew the coverage, obviously, but the defense looked a lot better. Trying to think who else did. I'm trying to think of a good game. Ryan Pick had a pretty good game. You don't really hear too much about him. Cushion was all right. Mike Muhammad looked good. Keem Dent's been playing really good. Boye was all right. Jonathan Joseph, he played too. Yeah, our corners looked pretty good. And I think we had a few picks. But overall, our defense looked good. Kicking and punting. Luckily, had a few lazy punts. Nothing that I'm not going to complain about, but he had a few punts that weren't really that good. And then Randy Bullock missed. It wasn't that long of a field goal. Missed the. No, it was a 52-yard, I think. But I don't think he was even close. And I just don't know why they keep putting him out there. He's not the best kicker. But we also had an interception by Mike Muhammad. Besides that, this defense looked really good. Not too many mistakes. And I think they were held. We only had 56 plays on. How many plays were we on defense? 20. We had 74 plays on defense. It's actually kind of a lot, but I don't know. Usually we have way more than that. We're usually in the 80 range. So I think this team showed a lot of perseverance. Winning the Cleveland underdogs, came out and beat them. I think the Browns beat up on the Bengals. Bengals have been pretty inconsistent this year. They played good against the Saints last week, but I think that's pretty much due to the fact the Saints have not a real good defense at all. And I feel like Dalton's the quarterback. If you get up in his face and hit him a couple times, he's fragile and he'll start making mistakes. We played them twice in the AFC wildcard game, 2 years in a row. Got up in his face, and we beat him. We think we won. Only gave up 6 points both years. I think it was 13-6, and then one of these was 13-6. I can't remember that score. They only gave up 6, I think, that year too. They have. I don't think. Giovanni Bernard might be bad, but I think our defense can stop their running game. We'll have to focus obviously on AJ Green, Mohamed Sanu, Jermaine Gresham. They had some decent receivers, but if we can just get pressure on Dalton, which I think we can do. Their offensive line's not the greatest, so I think we can get some pressure on him, make him make a few mistakes, and then defensively their defense is beat up a little bit too. So I think Malik can abuse their corners a little bit. I liked how they did a bunch of out routes last week, short out routes, and hopefully besides that we can win. Go Texans.